Evan Ward never wanted trouble. He was just a simple human technician working on a giant alien palace made of frozen blue crystal. On the planet Arden, humans were guests, but not trusted guests. They followed rules. They walked quietly. They never touched the royal family, especially not the cold princess. Princess Lysra was known across the galaxy for her icy blood and emotionless face. When she walked the halls, the temperature actually dropped. Even her own people feared her. Her guards kept everyone far away, and Evan always stayed extra careful when repairing anything near her wing. That morning, he just wanted to finish his shift and go home. The corridor lights were flickering again, and he crawled under a damaged panel, repairing wires with cold fingers. He didn't even notice the sound of boots approaching until it was too late. A deep alarm suddenly rang through the palace. The floor trembled under him. The power surged. A bright flash shot across the ceiling. Evan lost his balance, slipped on the icy tiles, and fell backward, straight into someone standing behind him. He felt something soft, warm, completely out of place in a frozen palace. His hand was on the cold princess's lower back. The entire hallway froze. Guards stared with open mouths. Ministers gasped. Even the lights seemed to stop flickering. Evan didn't breathe. He didn't blink. He didn't even dare to pull his hand away. Princess Lysra slowly turned her head. Her silver-white hair moved like falling snow. Her cold blue eyes locked on Evan's face. No emotion, no anger, no mercy. Just a deep, unreadable silence. Everyone expected her to kill him instantly. Touching a royal without permission was a crime. Touching her like that was a death wish. Evan finally whispered, I'm sorry, Your Highness. I slipped? I didn't. But she did not let him finish. Instead, her gaze dropped his hand. For a moment, something unusual happened. A faint warmth spread across her skin. A soft white glow appeared beneath her dress like frost melting. The guards looked terrified. Lysra lifted her chin slightly, studying him like he was a puzzle she had waited years to solve. Then she spoke, her voice cold but strangely soft. You, human, tonight, my quarters. Get ready. Evan felt his soul leave his body. Guards exchanged confused looks. Ministers whispered in fear. No one had ever been summoned to her private quarters, not even her own people. Evan swallowed hard. Am I being punished? Lysra did not answer. She simply turned and walked away, her long cloak sweeping the icy floor, leaving the guards frozen in place. Evan stood there shaking, unable to understand what had just happened. He touched the princess by accident, and instead of killing him, she wanted to see him alone. As he walked away, trying to calm his breathing, he didn't notice a shadowed figure high in the ceiling rafters. The creature's golden eyes followed him. A quiet whisper echoed. So, the cold princess finally reacted. And just like that, Evan's simple life ended forever. Evan spent the whole day feeling like he was walking toward his own grave. Every human he passed stared at him with wide eyes. News traveled fast on Arden, especially inside the palace. Everyone already knew the cold princess summoned a human alone. Some whispered he would be frozen alive. Some said he would disappear forever. Others believed this was a political trap, and Evan was only a pawn. By evening, Evan stood outside Princess Lysra's private quarters, a place no ordinary human had ever entered. 2 elite guards blocked the door. Their armor glowed with cold energy, and their faces showed no sympathy. One guard spoke flatly. Human Evan Ward, the princess is expecting you. Expecting him. The words made his stomach twist. The huge ice door slid open with a soft, chilling note. Evan stepped inside, and the temperature dropped even lower. His breath turned into mist. The room was huge, carved from pure crystal, glowing with soft blue light. Strange symbols floated in the air like snowflakes made of energy. Princess Lysra stood near the center, her back toward him, staring at a giant frost mirror. Her silver hair shimmered under the lights. Evan bowed awkwardly. Your Highness, I am here. I still want to say I'm sorry for this morning. I slipped and... Come closer, she said without turning. Her voice wasn't angry. It wasn't warm either. It was something in between. Something new. Evan took slow steps, feeling like each one moved him deeper into danger. When he reached her, she finally turned around. Her eyes studied him again, as if she was trying to understand something impossible. "What you did today," she said quietly, "should have killed you. My species reacts violently to unexpected touch. But you triggered something different." She lifted her hand. Frost rose around her fingers like dancing smoke. "Humans cannot affect my ice blood. It is not possible." She stepped closer. "Yet your touch changed my temperature. It created warmth." Warmth. On Arden. That word was almost sacred. Evan swallowed. Maybe it was just an accident? No, her eyes hardened. "Nothing about my body changes by accident." She moved even closer, now only inches away. For the first time, Evan noticed faint cracks of white light across her skin, almost like her energy was unstable. "My condition is worsening," she said. "My body is reacting, and I need answers." Evan felt a shock of fear. "Why me? I'm just a technician." "That is what I intend to find out." Her voice softened slightly, almost human. "I need you to tell me everything about your biology, your emotions, your instinctive reactions." And then she paused, looking straight into his eyes. "I must test how your touch affects me." Evan almost fainted. "Test? Right now?" "Yes," she said, "before the council discovers the truth." She stepped forward and lifted his hand, the same hand that touched her earlier. Her fingers were cold, but not painful. Instead, a strange warmth pulsed beneath her skin. Her eyes widened slightly. "There," she whispered. Again the reaction. Before Evan could speak, the palace alarm suddenly blared. A deep red light filled the room. The guards shouted outside. "Emergency alert! The council is approaching. They know the princess is with the human." Lysra's expression changed instantly. "Evan, we're out of time." And for the first time in her life, the cold princess looked afraid. The palace alarm shook the entire floor. Red light flashed across Princess Lysra's crystal walls, turning the cold blue chambers into a battlefield waiting to happen. Evan stood frozen in place, his hand still in hers, his heart beating fast. He didn't understand why the council coming here was so terrifying, but Lysra did. She released his hand and stepped back, her face returning to its usual cold expression. But her eyes showed real fear now. "They know," she whispered. "They felt my energy shift. They know a human triggered it." Evan blinked. "But why is that a problem? I didn't do anything on purpose." "You did enough," she said sharply. Then her voice lowered. "Listen carefully. My people are born with ice blood. We cannot feel warmth. We cannot feel physical comfort. We cannot form emotional bonds the way humans do. Our bodies are controlled." "Controlled by what?" Evan asked. Lysra hesitated before answering. "By the council. By old laws. By tradition. Our bloodlines are designed to stay cold, emotionless, stable. But sometimes a rare condition appears, a dangerous reaction that can destroy balance." She looked straight at him. "I carry that condition." Evan felt a chill run down his spine. "What kind of condition?" "My body searches for warmth," she said quietly. "But our species cannot create warmth on its own. So it tries to steal energy instead. If uncontrolled, it becomes deadly." She lifted her hand and showed him the thin glowing cracks on her wrist. They pulsed like living lines of frost. "This reaction inside me started years ago. The council has been watching me. They fear I will lose control. They fear I will melt." Evan's eyes widened. "Melt? You mean—" "Die," she finished simply. "My body cannot regulate itself. I should have collapsed long ago. But something strange happened today." She stepped closer again. "When you touched me, my temperature stabilized. A human's touch should be meaningless. But yours stopped the cracks from spreading." Evan felt lightheaded. "I don't understand. I'm not special. I'm not a scientist." "You don't have to be," she said. "Your biology is warm. Your emotion is strong. Your instinct is human. Somehow, that triggered a bonding response in my ice blood." He shook his head in disbelief. So I help you survive? Yes. Her voice softened. And if the council finds out, they will take you away from me. They will study you. They will break you apart to understand this bond. Evan stepped back unconsciously. Why would they do that? I'm not dangerous. To them, Lissa replied, you are the most dangerous thing in this palace. You are something they cannot control. A loud crash echoed outside the door. The guards were fighting someone, or something. Lissa grabbed Evan's hand again. Instantly, the cracks on her skin stopped glowing. Her breathing steadied. There, she whispered. You see? My body reacts to you. Evan felt her cold fingers trembling. What do we do? We run, she said. If they capture you, I cannot save you. And if they take me, I will lose control without you. More footsteps approached. Heavy, determined. Lissa's eyes flashed with resolve. Tonight, human, we escape my own kingdom. She pulled him toward a hidden crystal door, a secret passage, just as the main door shattered behind them. The hidden crystal door slid open just in time. Princess Lissa pulled Evan inside, and the panel closed silently behind them. On the other side, the sound of guards shouting and weapons clashing echoed to the hall as the council's elite forces stormed her quarters. Evan breathed fast. They were going to break the door, even for you? Lissa answered without looking back. They don't respect me anymore. They fear me. The secret tunnel stretched ahead like a frozen throat, narrow and glowing faintly with cold runes. Their footsteps echoed softly, the air sharp enough to sting Evan's lungs. Where does this lead? He asked. To the old tunnels beneath the palace. They were built before the council existed. Only the royal bloodline can open them, she said, so they cannot follow us easily. Evan swallowed. Easily? So they can follow. Lissa didn't reply. That was answer enough. As they moved deeper, cracks of light flickered again under Lissa's skin. She stumbled for a moment. Evan caught her instinctively. Instantly, the cracks faded. Lissa looked at him, her voice low. Your presence stops the breakdown. Without you, I would lose control in minutes. Then I'm not leaving you, Evan said, surprising even himself. She blinked slowly, almost confused by his tone. No one had ever spoken to her like that. Not with sincerity, not with warmth. Before she could answer, a metallic roar shook the tunnel. The lights flickered. Something was coming. Lissa's eyes narrowed. The council released a hunter-class beast. Evan paled. They sent a monster after us? Yes, a creature made to track unstable energy. She exhaled softly. It's smelling my blood and your warmth. They ran faster. The tunnel split into multiple paths like a maze of frozen glass. Lissa chose the left path without hesitation. Stay close. If you are more than a few meters away, the beast will sense the separation. Evan stayed right beside her. Suddenly, the wall beside him exploded as a huge creature broke through. A four-legged monster made of bone and ice, eyes glowing bright blue, fangs long enough to slice stone. It roared, the sound shaking frost from the ceiling. Lissa pushed Evan behind her and raised her hand. A blast of freezing energy shot forward, covering the floor in a thick layer of frost. The beast slipped but regained balance quickly. It's resistant to cold. Evan shouted. Yes, I know, she said. The beast charged. Lissa grabbed Evan's wrist, and his warm pulse spread into her arm. Her eyes glowed brighter, not cold, but a strange mix of frost and warmth. A shock wave burst from her body, pushing the beast back. It shrieked, stunned. How did you do that? Evan asked, shocked. I didn't, Lissa said. We did. They ran again before the beast recovered. The tunnel sloped downward, leading to an ancient metal gate covered in frost. Evan pointed. Can we go through? Lissa touched the gate with her glowing hand. The metal melted instantly. Yes, but once we cross, we leave the safety of the palace. Evan hesitated. What's outside? Lissa looked at him, her voice serious and soft. Danger, secrets, and the truth about why your touch awakened my blood. Behind them, the beast roared again, closer now. Lysera gripped his hand. Run, human. Our real journey starts now. They crossed the gate together as the tunnel collapsed behind them. Cold wind hit them the moment they stepped out of the collapsing tunnel. Evan and Lysera emerged into a vast underground cavern, glowing with blue crystals and ancient machines buried under ice. The air hummed with strange, old power. Evan shivered. Where are we? Lysera looked around with a heavy expression. This place is older than my kingdom, older than my people. My ancestors had the truth here. Before Evan could ask what truth, Lysera suddenly staggered. She pressed a hand to her chest, breathing hard. The glowing cracks on her skin returned, brighter, faster, spreading up her neck. Evan panicked. Lysera, what's happening? My body is overheating, she whispered. The beast and the council's pressure triggered it. I cannot hold myself stable anymore. She dropped to her knees, frost exploding around her. Evan rushed to her side. Instinct took over. He grabbed her hands. Immediately, the glow softened. Her breathing steadied. The crack stopped moving. Lysera looked up at him, her eyes wide with shock. Again, your warmth pulls me back. Evan held her carefully. Then stay close. I'm not leaving you. Her expression changed, softer than he had ever seen. No princess, no cold ruler, just a woman fighting her own body. Nobody has ever grounded my blood, she whispered. Not even my family. Not even the healers. Well, Evan said with a small, nervous smile, maybe humans are good for something after all. Lysera stared at him like she was seeing him for the first time. Your touch is not simple warmth. It stabilizes the emotional centers in my blood. It connects to me. Evan felt his heartbeat pick up. Connects how? Her voice lowered, as if we are completing something that was missing. Before he could reply, a loud metallic thud echoed through the cavern. The hunter beast forced its way in, roaring with rage, dragging metal pieces behind it. Evan pulled Lysera up. We have to move. But Lysera didn't step back. She stood tall, her hand still holding Evan's. Her energy surged again, but this time it wasn't chaotic. It wasn't cracking. It was controlled. A mixture of frost and warmth spiraled around her. Evan felt it too, like something inside him clicked into place. Lysera's voice grew stronger. Your presence strengthens me. Together, I can fight it. The beast lunged. Lysera raised her free hand, channeling their combined energy. A shockwave of ice and fire burst forward, hitting the beast so hard it crashed into a crystal wall, roaring in pain. Evan looked at her in awe. You used my energy? No, she said softly. We shared it. The cavern trembled again, dust falling from above. The beast wasn't dead, just delayed. Lysera turned to Evan, her face close to his. You asked why your touch awakened my blood. She placed his hand over her heart, the cold under his palm slowly warming. This is why. My body recognizes you. Evan swallowed hard. Recognizes me as what? Lysera held his gaze, her voice almost a whisper. As the one who can keep me alive. Before Evan could react, the beast roared again, forcing him to run deeper into the ancient cavern. Their bond, unwanted, unexpected, unstoppable, had now become their only weapon. Evan and Lysera ran deeper into the ancient cavern as the hunter beast tore its way free from the crystal wall. The ground shook under its massive claws. Ice shards flew in every direction. The roar echoed like thunder. Evan looked back. It's coming again. Lysera tightened her grip on his hand. Then we end this now. They reached a gigantic chamber, a forgotten throne room buried beneath the palace. Broken statues of old rulers stood frozen in place. At the center sat an ancient, cracked ice throne pulsing faint blue. Lysera stopped. Her eyes widened slightly. This is the first throne, the place where our bloodline began. Evan didn't understand. How does that help us? It responds to anyone with a true bond, she whispered. If the throne accepts us, it will protect us. The beast smashed into the room before she could finish. Its glowing blue eyes locked onto them. It crouched low, preparing to leap. Lysera stepped forward, pulling Evan with her. Don't let go, she said. I won't, he promised. The beast jumped. At the same moment, Lysera and Evan touched the ancient throne with their free hands. A blinding burst of light exploded. Blue frost and warm golden energy spiraled together, shooting upward like a storm. The entire chamber shook. The beast slammed into the force field and howled as the energy burned into its armor. Evan shielded his eyes. What's happening? Lysera's voice was calm for the first time. The throne is reading our bond. Cracks spread across the ice throne. Then it released a shockwave, engulfing the entire room. The beast tried to resist, but its body froze mid-roar, turning into a statue of ice. A second wave hit, and the statue shattered into sparkling pieces. Silence filled the chamber. Evan stared around, shaking. It protected us because of bond? Yes, Lysera said softly, because it sees you as part of me. The chamber door burst open again. This time not the beast, but the royal council and dozens of guards. Weapons raised, eyes furious. One elder shouted, "Princess, step away from a human. This bond is forbidden." Lysera stood firm, still holding Evan's hand. "No," she said. "This human saved me, balanced me. Without him, I would already be dead." "You cannot choose a human," another elder shouted. "It breaks every law." Lysera lifted her chin, royal and unshaken. "Then the laws must change." Evan felt the energy still glowing faintly between their hands. For the first time, he didn't fear the council. The throne behind him lit up again, recognizing Lysera as the rightful heir. A voice echoed through the chamber, ancient, powerful. "The bond is true. The heir stands with her chosen. Kneel." Every guard dropped to one knee. Every elder froze in disbelief. Evan looked at Lysera, stunned. "Chosen?" She stepped closer, her cold voice melting into something gentle. "You touched me by accident, but you stayed by choice." She paused, eyes softening. "And now, Evan Ward, you belong at my side." He swallowed hard. "Are you sure? I'm just a human." "You are the human who saved my life," she said, "and the human my blood chose." Outside the cavern, the palace alarms went silent. A new order began. Lysera squeezed his hand one last time. "Stay close, Evan." Her voice dropped to a whisper. "I am not done with you yet." Fade out.